My name's Nathan Ricks. I'm here in my office in Lehi, Utah, close to the company headquarters. This is an amazing company. Just briefly, we are a publicly traded company. The symbol is NUS on the New York Stock Exchange. Company did about $2.25 billion in revenue last year. This year, 2017, we're looking to improve that significantly. We've got massive traction going on right now in North America and other parts of the world, most of that being driven by our social selling model. And we have systematized a way to have anybody who wants to take advantage of social media, the contacts and networks they've built there, and be able to monetize those and put that money in their bank and to do it today. If you want to make money right now, then you can do it right now. And the advantage of this model is that there are no fees to enroll. There's no inventory requirement. There's no risk whatsoever financially. You don't have to have any money to begin in this business. You just have to have a willingness and a desire to engage in this opportunity and to begin posting our amazing products that we have on your social media networks. And then we will show you how to monetize those and put money in your pocket right now. In the United States market, it is exceedingly simple because we have access to Facebook Pay in this market, as well as other things like federally subsidized shipping for single tubes of our whitening toothpaste that we would then ship around the country to customers. Other markets don't have it quite as easy because of shipping charges, perhaps a few other things, but there's still tremendous opportunity in other markets, as people have proven already by just modifying that model slightly. We've put together a system that is working everywhere. And so we recommend that you adhere to the system, you don't modify it, and you don't change it in any way except in the areas where we want you to personalize that. We found that we gain a lot greater engagement as people personalize that message, and then it becomes something more personal to their viewers or their followers, if you will. So we've got, excuse me, all these things in place. And what I want to do today for a few moments is to underscore the power of what happens at the end of the month in this company. It's likely no secret that more than half the volume of the month actually occurs in the last week of every month, and specifically in the last few days. So today is prime time. Today is literally game day, and we want to make sure you understand the power of it and why it is so unique in this situation. So we'll jump into that. I'm going to share my screen with all of you so you can see a couple of graphics here that I have. So let me just go to this screen right here. This is our entire compensation plan on one slide, okay? And it starts over here on the left side of the screen, where you're a distributor and you have this ability to make 30% to 100% gross retail profit on products that we sell. Our product, the AP24 whitening toothpaste, is one of a kind. It's half the price of any other whitening option on the market. Crest Strips owns a $1.5 billion segment of the home whitening market. We stain our teeth daily by eating food, drinking coffee, drinking wine, drinking pomegranate juice, eating a beet salad, right? All these things we do stain our teeth. So there's a constant need for people to clean their teeth and have beautiful, bright, white smiles. And so that's what we have the ability to provide in a way that nobody else can do it. It doesn't take any more time out of your day. You don't have to wear trays. You don't have to have sore gums and soft tissue. You don't have to have sensitive teeth where you can't drink hot or cold. You don't have to have whitening strips hanging off your teeth. All you have to do is brush your teeth twice a day with our whitening toothpaste. It has been classified as safe for lifetime use by falling in the right relative dense and abrasivity categories, the RDA we call that, and our product is literally at a mark of 103. The FDA says 200 or less is safe for lifetime use. The American Dental Association says 250 or less on that RDA scale is safe for lifetime use, and ours is 103 on that scale. So it is an amazing product. It does things that no other product can do, and it does it for half the price, $20 for a tube that lasts you about 2 months, and it is a massive bargain for people. Not only do we have that product, excuse me, we have many other products that fit into the social selling category, and you're going to see many of those, more than a dozen of those in the next 6 months that'll continue to expand that marketplace as we continue social selling. What I want to focus on today is the front end and the middle part of the plan. I want to focus on this box on the far left side, which is our qualification box to become an executive, and then I want to focus on your executive group. So let's talk about letter of intent and what that means. Nu Skin requires people that want to pursue leadership positions in their company to fill out what we call a letter of intent. In the beginning of the company, it literally was a piece of paper. It was a form letter that you would fill out and submit to Nu Skin. And the reason that they want you to submit this letter is they want to begin tracking you and your group's activity in the computer system so they can see if you are doing the right activities to create a group where you can be a leader of this group. And so that's the intent of this process that we have people go through. So as soon as you have 1,000 group sales volume points, you can file your letter of intent, or LOI for short, and you can do that by completing that form in the back office. And so once you do that and you submit that to Nu Skin in the month that you are doing this 1,000 points, then they will count that as your letter of intent month, as long as you do 1,000 points or more in that month. Now, you don't have to do it before you file it. You just have to do the 1,000 points in the month that you file your LOI. People ask the question, what happens if I fall short? What happens if I'm only at 800 points or 900 points? Well, I would say buy a few more tubes of whitening paste because you'll sell them the next month, and you can take advantage of getting your letter of intent done in this month. So it saves you an entire month in the process, and that's valuable, as you will see in just a moment. So now Nu Skin's notified of your intent to qualify as an executive, right? You notify Nu Skin that you intend to qualify as an executive, as it says here on my slide, and then Nu Skin will track your group sales volume as shown below. So the first month that you do this, which could be right now today, which technically is May 1st, but the company lets us backdate into April for today only until midnight Mountain Time tonight. If it's a quarter end, like the end of March, end of June, end of September, or end of December, then there is no backdating because we're a public company. We are shutting off those quarters exactly on the quarter end. But when we're on these months that are in between quarters, we do have the ability to backdate one day. And that's a very powerful thing for everybody, as you will see in just a moment. So we have this process that you see on the screen. We're going to file the letter of intent. If you have 250 in personal group sales volume, that is the orders that occur on your first level of distributors. So if you don't have anybody on your first level, you can sign up your friend, your mother, your brother, aunt, uncle, cousin, and you could place 250 of your volume in their name, and that would satisfy that requirement for PGSV. And then what happens is all of it counts for your GSV. So the 250 order plus any other orders you place personally, all of that counts for PGSV. Your order itself can count for PGSV as well. So you have this ability, if you just are ordering the product yourself and you order all 1,000, it's going to count for your letter of intent, okay? So does this happen a lot? Yeah, it does. People can do one post and they can do 500 in volume, 300 in volume. They have 2 or 3 friends post, do a couple referral posts, and they're at 1,000 points. So today, there's many of you that are over 500 points. And what I'm suggesting to you is you should have a couple friends or people that are on your team post today, not wait until tomorrow. If they post today and order by tonight for the, relative number of tubes, let's say they sell 20 tubes today on one post, I would order 25 or 30 tubes because you're going to get more orders as you do your last call post and your OMG post. So I would be prepared for that. And it's not a negative thing to get a little bit of inventory, because if you have toothpaste in your hand, guess what's going to happen? You're going to talk to people about it. They're going to want it right there. They're just going to buy it from you. So you got to have a little bit of inventory on hand. That's not a bad thing. So then what happens is once you get month number 1 done, which is your LOI month, you go to the second month, and we call this qualification period number 1. It's technically your second month of this process, but it's called Q1. LOI is the first month, Q1 is the second month. In the second month, Nu Skin wants to see that you can demonstrate that you have this ability to grow your customer base as well as grow your distributor base, who are also creating their own customers. And so the requirement is 1,500 points during the Q1 period. Once you complete that, now you've successfully completed Q1, then you go on to Q2. This is technically the third month in the process, but we call it Q2, qualification period 2. And again, you do more volume. You demonstrate your ability to grow your team, and you do 2,000 points or more in volume. And then on the first day of the next month, you would be promoted to executive status. So let's talk about the advantage of today. Today, if you do your 1,000 points today, then you'll be LOI for April. Q1 is May, Q2 is June, and on July 1st, you begin getting paid as an executive in this company. And that is substantial, and you're going to see why, okay? Or if you want to do this in a much faster way, and a lot of people do this, my daughter did this just last month, so this month is her executive month. We'll show you what that means in just a moment. So then it says or on the bottom of the slide right here, or you can LOI this month with 250 PGSB, that's just your personal orders, and 4,500 of total group volume. If you did 4,500 in this month, today, which is going to count for April, then you'd be an executive tomorrow, okay? And all of May, you would be able to earn executive commission. So there is no advantage in going slow in this company. There's only an advantage in going faster, okay? So if you wait and you don't do an LOI today, which is going to count for April, okay, then you're going to have to LOI in May. So then you'd be May, June, July. You wouldn't be an executive till August. If you do it today in April, then you're April, May, June, and you gain 1 month of executive status. Is that worth it to do it? Absolutely worth it to do it. Why? Because when you become an executive, then these are the commissions that you begin to make. Okay, so if you do a minimum of 2,000 up to 2,999 in group sales volume, that's you, all of your people on your team, all the customer orders, all the volume, everything, okay? Then that's a 9% additional commission that you were not getting paid before, and that's a minimum of another $180 in your bank, okay? If you're doing the volume anyway, you might as well be an executive, right? Might as well pick up another $180, and likely it'll be more than 200. You'll be somewhere between 2,000 and 299. Now, there's a magic in doing 3,000 in volume every month when you're an executive, because you get something called the extra executive bonus. So when you're 3,000 to 499, you're somewhere in that range for the month. That's your entire team. Everybody's orders, everybody sells, okay? Then you're going to get 10% regular executive bonus plus the extra 5% of extra executive bonus, EEB, as you see on the screen. And so then you're going to end up having a total commission of 15% on that volume. I just took the 3,000 number to be cautiously conservative here. That's another $450 in your bank. Now you're starting to rival the money you would make basically on your wholesale to retail profit just selling whitening paste or glacial mud or the mascara or whatever product you're selling that month, right? And so that starts to make a big difference. You know, that's part of a house payment. That's a car payment or more for most people. And so it gets to be pretty exciting. So you want to get to executive sooner rather than later. Now, while we're on this slide, I just want to come back to my daughter, Jenny Smith. So Jenny jumped in the game in March. In March, she did 9,000 plus in group volume in her first month. She had about 40 girls that really enrolled in her team during the month of March. She started on March 9th and was at about 9,000 by March 31st, April 1st, I say March 31st, hard month end, okay? Hard quarter close. All right, so then here she is in April. Thank goodness she did that in March, because today she's going to close out her April volume, and I'm predicting that she'll be at 20,000 points. She's about 19,000 yesterday, so today is the last day, and we're going to have a lot more volume come in today. If she's at 20,000 points, then where would her commission be? Well, she would be down here between this 15,000 to 24,999. So she's going to get 13% executive bonus plus an extra executive bonus of 5% because she's over 3,000 points. So she's going to get 18% commission or a minimum of $2,700. Now, she's around 20,000. So you guys can do the math, right? It's going to be $3,600, $3,700 in commissions, executive commission only, for the month of April as a new executive, her first executive month. Was it worth it? for her to qualify last month and get it all done? Absolutely. You better believe it, right? So that was super powerful. And that same story, those kinds of stories are going to happen for all of you that qualify sooner rather than later, right? And so that's what you want to do. And this is really just the beginning of what takes place. I want you to look at this slide. There's a red circle around this number 4 dot right here, okay? This is called Ruby status. When you achieve this Ruby status, these are the average incomes that you make on a monthly and an annual basis, over $30,000 a year being supplemented into your family budget, which is really significant, right? But the really cool part about this number 4 spot right here is typically when you're in that range of income, then you have qualified for a free trip that the company gives to those people that are doing 40 sales qualification points, okay? Success trip points, basically. So we'll talk about that right here. I'm just going to go grab another slide that I can show you very quickly here so you can see this. And let me just, let me grab, let's see here. I just want to make sure I got the right one. Here we go. Just want to bring this one up so that you can all see this. Okay, and this is why you really want to go for it, okay? We have a trip coming up to South Africa, and it is going to be the trip of a lifetime. The company is going to spend about $12,000 per couple to send you to South Africa. This trip is going to happen in March of 2018, and you may think, wow, that's like a year away. Yeah, it is, but you're going to go out and qualify for this trip, and you're going to love what happens, okay? So the qualification starts right now. It's still April, right, until we close off midnight tonight. Then it goes through May, June, July, August, September, October, November. The company will take the top 6 of these months. They'll take 2 lowest months and throw them out, and the top 6 months they'll look at. And if you go out and become an executive, and this is another reason you want to become an executive as soon as possible, right? Then your total organizational volume will count towards points. You get 1 point for every 1,000 points of volume. If you're an executive, and you can see right here, you just do 2,000 points in volume, then you're going to get 2 success points, right? Now, if you go out and you do more than that, let's say you do 20,000, like my daughter is going to do this month for April, then she would get 20 points. Now, listen, you only have to have 40 points to go on your first trip. See down here, success trip number 1 for you, 40 success points. So my daughter is going to be halfway to a free trip in her first executive month, her second month total in the business. I'm so proud of her. As you can tell, my buttons are bursting as a father. She's come into the business and doing such amazing things, right? So that's something that is really exciting. In addition to that, as you begin to create other executives in your team, then you will begin to receive other success points toward your success trips by developing other leaders in your team, other executives. So we're just going to leave it at that for today. I think that you guys will learn this as you go, right? It's just like the business. Training doesn't work. Work trains. You learn by doing and taking action. And so we want you to do that for sure. All right. So just in closing, let's just make sure we think about letter of intent, okay? This is what you have to focus on today. For you, if you have not done this yourself, then this is what you've got to do right now. If you have done this for yourself, then follow through on Q1 and Q2 and finish and become an executive, right? And then you start to earn all the additional executive bonuses above what you will get paid right now. So it's an exciting time to be in the company. One last thing that we'll do another training on at another time, that is another advantage of moving quicker instead of slower, are the bonus pools. We have a qualifying executive bonus pool and a leadership bonus pool. And I'm not going to go into those in depth today, other than to say this. When you put a whole bunch of people in their Q1 period, they LOI the next month, their Q1, if you're an executive, you get to count them as points in a bonus pool. And those bonus pool points are worth another $300 to $400 each per month. You have to have 5 of those points to qualify to get into those pools. But it's really nice when Nu Skin sends you an extra $1,500 or $2,000 and you didn't even know where it came from. So do the things we've talked about today. Those other things will be automatic. They'll take care of themselves. There is significant additional income that is in front of you here. It's in your future. You just need to be focused, follow the plan, do your first 7 days on social selling, and your your sponsor, upline executive can show you how to get there. So anyhow, great times, lots of fun. Hope that you guys are all excited about month end today. Use this video, send it to everybody you can think of today that's in your team that's over 500 points, and you're going to have a phenomenal month end. Thanks.